chosen ones, empaths, and all the real ones. There's a missing link after exiting a relationship with a narcissist. There's a missing link within inside yourself. You can feel incomplete. You can feel like, how can I put it? You don't have an identity. You can feel like you don't have this identity that in the same way that you had before. And you may not have fully woken up to narcissistic abuse, so this may have been before, but this is what you go through. And you go through this identity crisis with, oftentimes what you will do is, new people that come around you, you start telling your whole life story to them. Oh, this person done this and they done that and they done this. You may say they're a narcissist, you may not, but you've got this identity crisis where you're still latching on to them by talking to people around you that you know. Now, please, I'm not criticizing you. I understand why you would talk to people that you know, or some people that you meet, and you're expressing yourself and all of that. But what I'm trying to say is actually happening is this an identity crisis because you're still linked to the narcissist. It's not always just romantic relationships. It could be falling out with a group of friends and you have an identity crisis that way. Family as well, abandoned from your family, you feel incomplete, an identity crisis. And what I'm trying to get at is basically what you're gonna go through this period, all right? And what you need to remember, if you can remember one thing from this video, it's a narcissist doesn't define you. A toxic individual doesn't define you. They're not your identity, all right? They're not your identity. They got so enmeshed in your life that you feel incomplete without them, okay? Like, how can I put this, right? I'm going to use a random example. I had some trouble when I was younger, a lot younger, way younger. Like, how long ago is it now? Let me just think, just to think. 32, I'm now 22. About 14, 15, maybe 16. Around that. No, I'd finished school, right? So about 16, and I had a bit of a problem with some people, but I knew someone that kind of kept them at bay, okay? And this was me having an identity crisis, right? I'm not saying that they were a narcissist or anything like that, but I was feeling complete by having them as my company, when really I need to do it myself. Now, that's just an example, but this is the same kind of thing that happens with the narcissist. This is the same thing that happens with narcissists. And on the subject, that individual was a weirdo, right? They were a dusty weirdo, right? They turned out to be a dusty weirdo. So, narcissist, psychopath, sociopath, whatever they are, right? I don't even know. But I was too, I cut them off when I was a lot younger. But what I'm saying is, this is the identity crisis that you have afterwards. So you will find yourself telling everyone what's going on, telling people things, like doing all this stuff, right? And it's keeping the narcissist name alive, all right? Look, comment in the comment section, talking to the community, like-minded individuals. Some of you might be on forums and things like that. That's you're trying to heal and better yourself. But what I'm saying is in your everyday life, letting everyone know your business is still keeping your identity linked to the narcissist, and you need to try and stop doing that. Because if you can remember those words, like I said, a narcissist doesn't define you, the experience doesn't define you, this is not your identity, all right? I might even stop saying victims and survivors, because this is a divine clash of good and evil. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, you are survivors, but it's more than that. It's more than that, of who you are and the self-discovery journey that you go on and who you realize that you are and everything like that. And you really reclaim your identity and your power. And that's what the narcissist absolutely fundamentally hates, that you reclaim your identity, you reclaim the power, then they're the one that feels lost, because they are still very much linked to you. Even if they gave you the cold shoulder, even if, you know, they treated you that way, they do keep tabs on you for a very long time. That's one thing that I need you to know if you digest my the content, our content on our channel. Like, if you digest this content, please know narcissists keep tabs on you. All right. Some of you are exceptions. You have no affiliation. There's no way. But many of you are on social media. Many of you have friends or people to do with them, or in circles and things like this. They want to find out information, and they'll know that you've had this shift in your identity where you've emerged brighter and you've emerged stronger, and you've reclaimed your power back, and you've got your identity again. Okay, so this is why I've made the lone wolf segment on the main channel. All right, because if you ever want to check that out, because that's how you reclaim your power. I found a lot of benefit in reclaiming power through going lone wolf. Okay, it is something that really does help, because you're not dependent upon no one. All right, because I remember when because I had a lot of trouble when I was younger. I used to have a dog, right? Just, this is off the subject, right? But I had a dog, and I felt comfortable with the dog because everyone was scared of the dog, right? This is, I should walk alone, you see. We don't need something to identify, right? It's using, having an animal or having a pet, I was using it for the wrong reason. You see, I used to look after the dog and everything like that. It wasn't like I was being, you know, mean to the dog or anything. I was looking after it for a friend, to be honest. And, you know, it didn't bite anyone or anything like that, but it was just the type of dog that it was. It just made people intimidated. one of those ones. But I treated it like a little baby and stuff anyway. You know, I'm really soft with animals and stuff like that. But and most empaths are like kind of loving towards animals. You know, I know in other cultures they keep them outside and things like that. I understand the concept of not letting them in your house, so I'm aware of I've brought in my mind, and I wouldn't actually personally have a dog again, like after having a dog that time, that experience, you know. But it benefited me for the time. All I'm trying to make you understand is sometimes the chosen one empath, the real ones, have identity crises through toxic individuals, you know, enmeshing themselves in their lives and then feeling incomplete without it. So you really need to know that this narcissist doesn't define you. If this was a romantic relationship, because the romantic relationship has ended, like, they don't define you. Like, they're not the reason for your existence. They're not the be all or end all. Like, they're really not. Okay, they're really not. All right, and even if you're in a place that you don't want to move on in another romantic relationship, which is a lot of you are in that position, I totally understand that. Like, doesn't mean it's the be all end all either. Like, you've got other things you can do in life, right? A myriad of things you can do in life, a lot of blessings to come your way, and you never know. Friends, other things, you might, soul tribe, you know, you may find those people, and that's why I've made the chosen family segment on the main channel as well, which I'm talking about, you know, uniting with real people and stuff like that, authentic people. You see, the problem is it's very difficult to find these people. It's very rare to come across the real ones, right? Like yourself. Okay, and just understand that I don't want you to feel incomplete without this narcissist. I don't want you to feel like you don't have an identity. Hold your tongue. Don't tell these people, oh, so-and-so, me and so-and-so fell out, and this, that, the other, and this, that, the other. Or you don't want to tell so-and-so, you don't want to tell so-and-so that you fell out with the narcissist, and you like that, and you're going in your mind, and this is an identity crisis. It's crazy when you analyze this, and I'm not belittling any of you, I'm not putting you any down, but that is what happens. A narcissist consumes you to that extent. Toxic individuals consume you to that extent. Bullies consume you to that extent when you don't feel like you have an identity, right? Without them. It's absolutely crazy the way they do it. So try to analyze what I've said today and realize it's, many of you found your identity again and you are already reclaiming your power, but otherwise all of you head in that direction. And check out the Lone Wolf segment, like I said, that will encourage you how you can persevere through your alone time and channel your energy and level up, you see? So anyway, thanks for listening today. I really appreciate the support. I'm now available 24 hours across all time zones. Please book a session if you'd like to. You can also request custom videos. All video requests are processed in 24 hours. You're welcome to donate or support to the channel if you'd like to. My podcast is now on Spotify. Check out the main channel for more content. All links you need are in the description box below, and I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.